Good evening, everyone. Thank you for participating with us in this phone and text bank to get out the vote in Georgia. And thank you very much for your patience as we worked out a few technical glitches before we could begin this call. My name is Michael Rosenzweig. I am both a proud Georgian and also very proud to serve as vice chair of the board of JDCA. It's fantastic to be with all of you tonight. We really appreciate your attendance and your participation, and we're very, very privileged to have with us my good friend and tonight's special guest, Senator Jon Ossoff. Tonight, as you know, we're going to be calling and texting Jewish voters in Georgia to ensure that we can elect more Democrats to the House and Senate. You know, everyone on this call knows that we have some very, very tight races in Georgia, including most notably, but not exclusively, the race in which Senator Raphael Warnock is running for re-election for the seat that he won in 2021 in the runoff. As you know, of course, JDCA has endorsed and is supporting Senator Warnock. Your work tonight can really make the difference. What you're doing tonight is extremely important, and we're very happy that you've joined us for that. With that, I'm thrilled to introduce Senator Ossoff. Senator Ossoff's a great friend to JDCA. He's been a great friend from the very beginning of his time in Senate, and even before that, and he's an outstanding ally in the Senate. He's defending our democracy, he's defending Jewish Americans, and he's representing the great state of Georgia on the national stage. So Senator Ossoff, first of all, thank you so much for joining us today. You've been with us many times before, and we're very, very appreciative of that. Let me begin by asking you a question to kind of frame the conversation today. In your eyes, what exactly is at stake in the upcoming midterm elections?
Well, thank you so much, Michael, for the invitation and your leadership. Thanks to JDCA, and thank you all for taking some time out of your busy schedules to make phone calls and help to ensure that we reelect Senator Warnock. You know, I am so passionate about reelecting Senator Warnock for a few reasons. He and I have become close friends, close colleagues. We work closely together, and every seat in the U.S. Senate matters. Every seat counts. JDCA did a lot to help propel us to those underdog victories in the Georgia runoffs last year. And it might be a little bit difficult to remember now, y'all, that we were serious underdogs. A lot of people whose jobs and reputations are based upon making political predictions counted us out. But because of work like the work you're doing tonight, because we build an unprecedented grassroots turnout effort, and because we were on the right side of history, we won those two races. When I say every seat in the Senate counts, I mean that exactly as I say it. Without our victories in Georgia, there would be no Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson. We would not have passed the infrastructure law to take lead pipes out of our public schools, repair our crumbling bridges, upgrade our electrical grid, extend broadband into underserved and rural communities. Without those elections in Georgia, we would not have made the most significant investment in renewable energy in human history. Without those elections in Georgia, we would not have passed the most significant strengthening of veterans' health care in generations, and much, much more. Elections have consequences. Every seat in the Senate counts, and every vote counts. That's one of the reasons that I'm here with you and working so hard consistently to reelect Senator Warnock. I'm also here with you tonight because we are in the midst of a political crisis in this country. It was January 5th when, with your help, Georgia sent the Jewish son of an immigrant and a Black pastor who holds Dr. King's pulpit at Ebenezer Baptist Church to the U.S. Senate. The state of Georgia, which was the cradle of the civil rights movement and the heart of the Confederacy, made that choice in that statement. And it was about 18 hours later that the U.S. Capitol was overrun by a violent mob hell-bent on using force to prevent the peaceful transfer of power from one administration to the newly elected president. We are still in the midst of that crisis, and the Senate is a vital bulwark against those threats to our democracy. That's another reason I'm here with you tonight and working so hard all the time. But finally, and maybe most important, I'm here because it's not just about partisanship and party control. It's not about which side is winning and which side's losing. It's about the quality of our elected representatives, their integrity, their character, what's in their souls. And Senator Warnock is an extraordinary human being who represents many of our highest ideals and who is a moral voice in the US Senate whose credibility and influence extends far beyond just the Democratic caucus. He is universally respected in the Senate. And it would be a grave loss, not just for the state of Georgia and for the Senate, but for the country and the world if he were not to be reelected. I'll just leave you with these final two parting thoughts. And thank you again, Michael, and the whole team, and all of you especially, for investing some of your precious time in this effort. The first is what you're doing tonight could make the difference in this race, because this race is extremely competitive. Don't let anyone tell you or try to convince you that for some reason or because of some of the dynamics of Senator Warnock's opponent's candidacy, that this is anything but a very close race. It is one of the two most competitive Senate races in the country, and may and likely will again determine control of the US Senate. Second, and finally, please, when you have these conversations, remember that it's quality and not just quantity that matters. And when you're speaking with folks and they hear your authentic and earnest commitment to this effort and why you are from a heartfelt place taking time to make calls to support Senator Warnock, your ability to persuade and move people to get out to the polls is that much stronger. So be yourselves and let your heart shine through in these phone calls. Smile while you're talking to folks. Let them feel that warmth and positivity from them, and make sure to get them the accurate information that they need to vote, and to vote early in Georgia. Thank you again for having me. And with your help, onward to victory for Senator Warnock. Shana Tova, everybody, and thank you for your support.
Thank you, Senator, so much. Thank you.